What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Learning how to day trade, a complete beginner's guide, episode 2. So, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited for this one, simply because it's more hands-on. You're actually going to be pushing buttons and doing things and interacting with this platform on your own. So that's exciting. But I'm going to walk you through it step by step, and it's going to be fun. This may be a long one, so bear with me. It's required, though. Before we get into all that, real quick, I have a notepad with me to make sure I don't forget, but a couple of housekeeping things first. Um, oh, yes, check the description underneath all of these videos. While I'm editing this series and editing these videos, I may come across, a moment where I forget to mention something, but I already had the video uploaded. I may be editing and realize that I forgot to mention something, or I may have said something incorrectly, or I may have not explained something as good as I think I could have. So if that's the case, then I'm just going to throw all the extras in the description. So um, just make sure you always check the description either before or after you watch the video, because any notes or anything that I think is important, in addition to the content you watch in the video, I'm going to keep that in the description. So just keep an eye out for that. Um, what else did I forget to mention? Also, this series is only for brand new brand new people who are new to trading, new to investing, don't know anything about it. So if you're already a subscriber to my channel, or if you're new to my channel and you already know how to trade, you've been doing this for a while, you're not really going to learn anything of value here. I'm literally just teaching how to read the chart, how to navigate, teaching the very basic, very beginner stuff, things that you probably already learned about already. So if you're already well versed in trading, you don't have to waste your time with this material. I promise you, you're not going to be missing out on anything. Okay, this is only for brand new people. This is kind of my gift to them, if you want to put it that way. And go over my notes a little bit more. I think that's all I wanted to mention. So yeah, so check the description, and this series is only for new people. Okay. With that being said, with that out of the way, let's jump right into it. All right, so here we go. Let's get this train rolling. Um, off, we need to download our platform, okay? It's called TradingView. You want to go ahead and open a web browser and type in download TradingView desktop, okay? We're going to download the desktop application to your laptop or your computer. Just a quick side note, I highly recommend that you use a laptop for this. If you don't have a laptop, the next best thing is an iPad or a tablet. Go into your iOS or Android Play Store and search in TradingView, and you should be able to download that and still be able to follow through. But I can't stress it enough. I highly recommend you use a computer or a laptop for this. It's going to be so much smoother for you. It's a lot easier to do the things that we're going to be doing, and it'll just be easier for you to follow along. So get to your laptop, get your computer. We're going to click the link here, TradingView desktop application. Should take you to a website that looks like this. Okay, if you have Windows, go ahead and download the Windows application. If you have a Mac, iOS, MacBook, anything of that sort, download the application for Mac. And if you have whatever the heck that is, download that. Okay. So, and you're also going to have to make an account. It's quick, it's easy. All of this is free. You don't have to enter any credit card information. They do have subscription plans for advanced features and all that, but I promise you, you're not going to need any of that for the remainder of the series. This is all completely free. Okay. The account is easy. You just enter your name, phone number, email, I believe. It only takes a couple minutes. And then you should be able to download your application. And then once you do that, once it's downloaded to your desktop and you can open it and you have your account created, we're going to hop into the charts and we're going to start customizing and breaking that down. So I'll see y'all over there on the charts. So here we go. Once you created your TradingView account, all right, should have been completely free, no hassle. And once you downloaded your TradingView desktop application, you're now should be able to pull up a chart and it should look something like this. This is like their default thing. This is kind of just what it comes with. We're going to clean this up a little bit. Now, looking at this at first glance, you're probably like, what the heck am I looking at? It looks like a spaceship in this thing. We got things flashing. We got colors all over the place. We got grids and lines and all kind of stuff going on. You don't know what you're looking at. It looks like a foreign language to you. That's okay. That's normal. That's healthy. And that's good. Because I promise you, if you stick through the series, by the end, when we're done, you're going to be able to read this with confidence. It's not going to look so confusing to you. All right. You're going to be more comfortable reading all of this. You're not going to know how to buy and sell, make money, and quit your job and all that right away. There's a time for that. But by the end of the series, you will be able to read these individual candles here and understand what it's doing. All right. It's not going to be so foreign to you. All right. So don't panic. Don't freak out. I know it seems like a whole new world. This seems too advanced. A lot of people talk themselves out of it when they see stuff like this. They say it's too complicated. It's too much going on. I promise you, it's not. All right. I'm gonna hold your hand through this. I'm gonna walk you through it. Just have the right mindset, and it's gonna be all right. So here we go. Okay. We're gonna start off by, let me see. I have my notes here. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna clean this chart up a little bit, okay? So you wanna have this video playing on like a separate device, like on your phone or something, and have your chart pulled up on your laptop, or if you have to, on your iPad. Highly recommend a laptop. And you wanna just follow along and do what I do. All right, so here we go. Once you have your chart pulled up, first, if you have anything up here, take that off. All right, take that off. We just took that junk at the bottom off our chart. All right, clean that up. Now what you want to do is open up your chart settings. Okay, we can do that either here by clicking that, or just going in a blank space and right clicking at the bottom, settings. All right, so open up your chart settings, go to the top, and what we're going to do is we're going to make this chart look exactly like mine. Okay, if you go on my YouTube channel and you see me trading, my chart doesn't look like this. It's different colors and a couple of things are different. We're going to change all of this. All right, so just follow along. We're going to go down the line here. Okay, and I just want you to do everything that I do so your chart looks like mine and we're on the same page, okay, throughout this series. So here we go. Body, green, right? Keep that the same. Everything else, black, 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 and black. This is the only one that should be green. You don't have to know what any of this is. Okay, we'll explain all that later. It's real easy, real simple. We just want our charts to look the same, all right? This line here, if you have that checked off, take it off, and that should be good. All right, let's go down to the next category here. This isn't really that important. This is the logo up here. I don't really care for that. I just take it off. All right, we could turn off this, and I don't like having a background, so I'm gonna turn that off as well. So, status line category, you should have these three checked off, and it should say description here. Checked on, I'm sorry, you should have these three checked on. Description should be labeled here. Take off the background, don't need it. All right, follow along. Scales. Okay. All of this is good. All of this is good. All right, so all of this can stay the same. All right, your scale section should look like this. If you have anything on here that's checked on, that shouldn't be, take it off, and vice versa. All right, so make it look just like this. We're gonna take it slow. Next category, canvas. We're gonna play around with some colors. All right, gradient. We're gonna change the background here to a solid color. All right, and if you want your chart to look just like mine, what you want to do is you want to hit this plus button and hit add custom color. And the color that I use is C7, C7, C7. Boom. Okay, you want to hit add, and then it should pop up down here, and then you click that, and it should change your background. All right, so your chart should look, I'm gonna exit out real quick. Your chart should look something like this. All right, I'm gonna go to settings again. Your crosshair, make that black. Okay, that's this little, you see me doing this little circle motion here. Those black lines, that's your crosshair. You want to have that on. Grid lines, turn that off. None, you don't need it. All right, that should be off. Text, make that black. See this right here, these numbers here, and at the bottom, how you can't really see it. Go ahead and make that black. There you go. I like to have mine at 14, just make it a little bigger. That's better. Lines, you want to make that black as well. I like to keep mine at about 50 right there. Okay, so I added the lines right here and at the bottom. And that's it for this section. Okay, again, the color for that background was C7, 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 hit add, and then it should be here. All right, make sure your settings are just like this. This is going to be a long video simply because we got to proceed, all on the same page. All right, our chart should look the same throughout the entirety of this series. Trading, we're not really going to focus much on this because we're not really going to be buying and selling anything here, but that's how it looks here. You don't really get to touch that. Events, turn all of this off. Don't need it. Don't need it. There you go. All right, I'm gonna break it down. You can pause the video. Colors here, green, that one. Everything else black, black. These should be checked off. Should look like this. All right, should look like this. Should look like this. This section doesn't really matter, but there it is. All of these should be off. All right, hit OK. Your chart should look like this. All right, we're just customizing here. All right, we're setting the foundation. We're setting up our canvas, if you want to call it that. Next thing we're going to do, our watch list. All right, you might have, I can't remember, when you create an account and you open it up for the first time, you might have some other stuff right here. What you want to do is, let me just open up something here. All right, so if you already have stuff over here, drag it over, hit X, take all of it off. All of it off, it should be blank. It should be blank, okay. Once you do that, this little thing here, all this that looks fancy and all that, we don't need that. Drag that down. We're going to hide that. It's not important. Don't need it. Hit this plus sign once you have all whatever. They might have like a bunch of stuff here. I can't remember. It's been a while since I downloaded this, but you want to exit out all that. Clear it off. Hit this plus button, and we're going to add what we talked about in that first video. All right. So first, what you want to do is type in ES, and the first thing that should come up is S&P 500 futures. You remember that? That's from the first video. All right, the first episode. Hit plus sign, add to watch list. Boom, pops up right there. Okay. Go back to the search, and we're going to type in NQ. What is that? NASDAQ 100 futures. We talked about in the first episode. All right. Add that. Back to the search. YM. What is that? That's the Dow 30 that we talked about in that first episode. We're going to need that as well. And one more. We didn't talk about this. DXY. That's the US dollar currency index. We're going to use the one, all right, TVC. Plus sign, exit out. We're done with that. That's all you need. Don't try to get crazy and foolish and start adding Bitcoin and all that stuff over here. You should only have these four. ES, S&P 500, your NASDAQ 100, right there. Your Dow right there. And then the dollar right there. Okay. So your whole right side should look like this. All right. Once you have that, we're ready to move on to the next thing. Okay. All we're doing is just customizing our canvas. Now we're going to create our favorites bar. All right. So what you want to do, top left right here, favorite. This is the little cross. You want to keep that. And a favorites bar should pop up. If you don't have one already, I can't remember if they give you one. All right. So keep that. We're also going to add a trend line. Favorite that. We're also going to add a horizontal line. Favorite that. Pops up there. Horizontal ray. We'll take that. Put it there. And let's see what else. We don't need it. All of this stuff I don't use. Like, it's just a bunch of junk. All right, it's just to confuse you. Don't worry about it. We only need a few things here. Rectangle. Take that. Text. Why not? We'll take that. And that's really it. All right, that's it. So your watch list here, watch list here should have these four. Your chart should look like this. And now you have what's called a favorites bar where you can start drawing things. Okay. This box here should be highlighted. Okay. New drawings will sync globally. You want to have that clicked. All right. You don't need to know what that does. Just click it. And you also want to have this magnet turned on here. Click that. Oh. All right. Let's take a little break. All right. Your chart should look like this. Favorites bar, watch symbol. You should have dragged this down. All right, it's too distracting. Don't need it. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close that. And we're going to briefly go over some quick drawing tips, okay? So whenever you put stuff on your charts, all right, we call that drawing. So take your trend line and click, and then you can just drag it around. When you click again, it places it down like that, okay? Find a blank space on your chart. You could click and drag. If you click your mouse and drag it right here, all right, if you drag this on the side, now you can pull it all the way up and down like that. All right, just play with it. It's like learning a new language. It takes a little getting used to, but you'll get it. All right, and if you want to lock it back in place, let's say you lost your spot, you don't know where you are, all you need to do is double tap this sidebar here, and it'll snap you back in the middle, and you can drag it over. All right, you can also, if you're all the way up here somewhere and you don't know where you're at, right click, reset chart view. It'll take you right back to where we started. Okay. Let's go back to drawing now. So this magnet here, what it does is it snaps on to these candles here. Okay. That's going to come in handy later. But when this is enabled, if you get close to a candle, you see it snaps on like that. All right. Just make a note of that. If you turn it off and try to do it, it won't snap on to anything. It's just loose. Okay. So I like to have that on. Now, when you draw a shape or a square or a rectangle or anything of that sort, you can edit it, okay? You can change the colors. So if you double click or right click, either one. So if you double click here on the edge, it brings up the settings for this rectangle. All right, you can change the color here as such. You can add a middle line to see where the middle is. Right there, see that? How I added that red line. Change the color of that as well. Okay, just play around with it, get familiar with it. We're going to be in this platform a lot. Can't learn how to trade if you don't know how to navigate your platform, okay? So take some time and really get comfortable with it. This text that we added to our favorites bar, you see me typing a lot in my videos when I'm in trades. All right. You could type in here. You could change the text, make it big, bold. All right. All that fun stuff. If you click it, hit backspace, you could delete it. All right. Or if you right click, hit remove, deletes it as well. All right. Real quick, we're going to go over some shortcuts that I think will help you out. So, you're drawing, okay? Find you a blank space on your chart and throw down what we call a trend line here. All right. Once you have that drawn, if you hold down shift, you're going to want to remember this. It makes your line straight, okay? So hold down shift, click the end, and just drag it. See how it's straight? If you move down far enough, it'll snap down there. You can make it straight diagonally. If you move down far enough, it'll snap down vertically, and it's straight. If you let go of shift and you try to make a straight line, you're going to be just off. All right. Press shift, snaps you straight. Okay? That's one shortcut. That's going to come in handy, trust me. You have another line. If you want to duplicate this, okay, if you want this same line, you can just hold Control on your keyboard and tap anywhere besides these two endpoints. Okay, hold Control, click and drag. There you go. You just made another line. All right. Again, hold Control, click and drag. Boom. So that way you don't have to go down here and then draw another one here. All right, you could just copy and paste just like that. Just like that. All right. Click backspace, or you can hit Control Z. Just like any other computer function, it undoes anything that you did. So I'm just hitting Control Z. If you hit Control Y, it puts everything back. It redoes all of that. All right, nothing crazy. All right. So we have so far, hold down shift, keep your line straight. We have Control C to copy and duplicate like that. All right, or you can right click just like any other thing that you do on your computer. Right click, you can hit copy, paste. There it is right there. Copy, paste, and it made another one. All right. Now, I'm trying to go slow to make sure I'm not moving too fast here. What other shortcuts do we have? Let's talk about editing shapes real quick, and then we'll move on. So grab your square. That should already be on your favorites bar. Draw it. And let's make this square blue. All right, so I'm going to go to border. I'm going to choose this one right here. I'm not going to add a middle line. Okay, you should be following along. Background, I want that to be blue as well. And I'm going to make it 75 just to make it a little darker. Boom. You know what? Let's do 30. That's a little better. I'm also going to change the border to 30. All right, now let's add some text. We're going to right click on the edge, double click, right click or double click, either one. Double click, go to text. Let's change the text to black and let's just type in square. Let's make that a little bigger, say 20. All right, we could put that text here, top right, inside right, bottom right. Same thing on the left side, center. Okay, put on the left. All right, play around with it. You can change the colors. All right, watch my videos I post on my YouTube when I'm trading. All right, I'm adding text to all this. Cool little feature. You can extend right, extend that square to the right, extend that square to the left. Pretty neat. All right. Same thing with a trend line. Grab your trend line here. Hold down shift so we make sure we have a straight line. There you go. Let's add some text there. And let's put that on the bottom left. Nice. Let's make that text red. Make it a little bigger. And let's bold it. There you go. Pretty neat. That's it. Okay. Um, let's see. Is there anything else I want to do? I'm going through my notes. Bear with me. All right. For now, I think we're good. You should be set. So I'm going to end you with this. Okay. I'm going to give you a chance to customize, okay, your chart. So, me personally, I like this color layout. It's clean. It's modern to me. It looks, classy. But we all have different tastes. So if you want to change this around, you want to change your colors, right click on your chart or go to settings here, go to symbol, and you can play around with this, right? Some people like red and green, so they'll do green here and they'll go red. Some people like that. All right, you could change, you could do a different shade of green. Maybe you like that. Maybe you don't like the bright background. Maybe it hurts your eyes. It's uncomfortable. No problem. Go to canvas, background, choose a darker background here. All right, something like that. If you like that, now you can't see your text. What do you have to do? Just make that white. Okay, something like that. And let's make this red as well. So it should actually be like that. Some people like their charts look like this, red and green. All right. A lot of I know a lot of girls who do something like purple. All right, if you think this is more your style, you can play around with this. Personalize it. Okay. If you like that. All right. I know some girls like to do pink. They'll do it's not really like a pink, but for demonstration purposes. All right. Some girls may like to do that. You can make your background white if you just want white. And you could do something like this here. Change the text to black on the side so we can see that. And then you also have that. So whatever you like, or if you just want to keep it simple and just do everything that I do, all right, you can just make this green, everything else black, black, black. Those should be black. Go to canvas, background, again, is C7, C7, C7. All right. Black text, black crosshair, black lines. All right. And there you go. So, homework. All right. Your homework for this is to play around in your charts. That's it. That's it. You need to get comfortable with this before we move on. Before we start, navigating this and hopping around, and doing all kind of different things. Before we start drawing on our charts, and before I start asking for you to look for things on your own in your own charts, you gotta know how to work your platform. So play around with the shortcuts. You have two homework assignments. One, all right, get used to the shapes, draw around. All right, play around with it, do whatever. Add your text, get used to changing the colors around, get comfortable with it. All right, shortcuts, get used to those. All right, remember shift. All right, your magnet here that we turned on right here. See how it snaps on? Get used to snapping those on to each other. You can snap one on there. You can snap a magnet on to like right there, up to like right there. All right, just play with it. That's your homework. Engage with your charts, get comfortable with the shortcuts. Personalize your charts. If you don't like this color scheme that I have here, all right, play around, change the background color, make it black, make it a darker color, change the color of, your candles here. If you want to change, if you don't like the green and black, make it comfortable for you. Okay, we're going to be in these charts a lot. We're going to be looking at these candlesticks a lot, and we're going to be talking about, things that we see here. So you want to be comfortable, and you want this to really speak to you. All right, customize it however you want. And let me look back at my notes. I don't even know how long this video is. I'm sure it's long, but it's okay. You don't have to watch this in one day. I think that's it. Oh, this is important. You also, once you're finished with all of that, hit this button here, this little drop down arrow. You want to go to rename and name this whatever. So you could say like my template or my chart. Okay. Whatever you want to name it. You want to hit save. I'm not going to save it because I already have this saved as YouTube for the series. So you want to type whatever, okay, whatever you want, save it. And what's that going to do is going to save it. Once you close the application, open it back up, you can open up that template. You can see I have some here. So if I open up my laptop template, reload, give it a second, it'll open that. If I open my phone template, see I have my phone template here. They're pretty much all the same. Monitor for when I'm trading on my monitor. I'll put this layout on my bigger screen. I have 4 screens here. You can't get that unless you have a paid membership, but you don't need it. Okay, let's go back to the YouTube template. And there you go. We're back here. So you want to save that, title it, save it, so we can come back to it in the future. And I think that's it. So let me do a quick rundown. My checklist that I have next to me. All right, downloaded the application, check. All right, we copied everything in the settings, so you should be good on that. Check. We created our watch list over here, so you should have these. Check. We added a favorites bar down here. You should have that. Check. We went over a few shortcuts, so you should practice those, get comfortable with those, so check. We went over adding text. We went over adding text to shapes, editing shapes, check. And then finish off with saving and titling your template, which you should have done just now. Check. So that's it. Um, Episode 3, we are going to start breaking down what we call candles here. All right. We call these candlesticks. I know it looks like gibberish right now, but we're going to talk about what exactly is this? What are these little green and black things, these lines? What is that? We're going to break that down next episode. It's real simple. It's not complicated. That's going to be possibly next week. But for now, check the description. I may add a video or two that may be helpful. I may add like some TradingView tips, something like that. So check the description. But your homework assignment is to spend at least, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour playing around. All right, draw something, add some colors, add some text, get used to the shortcuts. Okay, customize it, play with the colors if you want to, or keep it how I have it if you just want to follow along. All right, and then you should be good for episode 3. That's it. 2 down. Who knows how many to go? But Be patient. All right, I promise you, all of this is going to make sense. We're just laying the foundation. We're going slow. We're going steady. All right, no rush. Until next time, I appreciate you tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions. If you're in the Discord, message me in the Discord. Leave a comment down below in the description of this video, or Instagram me, DM me, however you can reach me. I'll respond. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Be safe.